Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Architect, engineer, good afternoon. Actually, this is my second time to actually watch your presentation, but now I have a clear picture of the whole future of Cebu in about 10 or 15 years from now. And I would like to congratulate you as a civil engineer as well, my profession, and as a millennial. And these are my points of view about this whole plan of the city. So basically, we have the challenges in the future like climate change, and of course, we try to see at the back of the Metro Cebu is a big mining activity in the whole province. So basically, it is a challenge as well for the political leaders of our province to strictly regulate the mining activity in that area because it will greatly affect the movement of the ground in the whole Metro Cebu area. So with regard, I have worked with the DNR back in 2010 to 13. It was the time when ICRMP, the Integrated Coastal Resource Management Project, was implemented in the country. So it was actually a project from bridge to reef. So when you were talking about the ecotourism, so actually it includes the water areas, but the challenge for Cebu is for protected area, we have the land protected area and we have the water protected area. So we have for Cebu, you have both, you have the CCPL and you have the Olango Island. That's why for business owners, if they want to do tourism activities in those areas, they have to involve the DNR all the time because you need ECC in order to get permits, mayor permits to do those activities. And then, in my observation, 10 years ago, I was able to travel most of the key cities in Southeast Asia, and I was able to compare the cities of our own country to the cities in Southeast Asia. Actually, we are lagging behind Indonesia, Jakarta, because Jakarta already had the BRT during that time. That's why, for me personally, the BRT project of the city is already way behind. So that's why it's most important that you already were able to approve the CLUP for Cebu City because we can already present this to the RTC. I was able also to attend like a meeting with Nenda before when I was with DNR. So this is actually a perfect time. And when you presented this plan with Creba, that was before the earthquake in Cebu. So the major earthquake last September 30, like a month ago, exactly a month ago, is already a major factor to consider if you want to build these infrastructures in the city of Cebu. So I guess it's going to be a big challenge for the leaders in Cebu City, in Metro Cebu, and the whole province of Cebu in terms of funding, especially now that in the news we read like 2 days ago that the major funders for the second and third package for the BRT backed out already. So maybe it's time to consider the monorail because I see it's a very good plan that we're able to connect the island of Mactan to the whole Metro Cebu area. So I guess the monorail is a good alternative to the BRT in my own opinion. So that's my point of view for this session.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of points there.
Yes,
I
yes.
agree with most of them. We should go Katangyati, Monorail. I showed you already proposals for
Yes.
Mandalay Road, the BRT, This has to come together.
Exactly.
Pero di na ni mo mahimo kausa, di ba? That's why I'm proposing this so that we can be aligned on the future. Like for example, the MRT. We cannot do it in 10, maybe 15, even 20 years. But we have to start now because the right of way is very important to purchase now. Mama na nagtabog kung namang private sector, talking about government and private sector business together, the private sector is the fund, the government just approves. No? Even DNR, a lot of things that's happening in CCP, and that's why I asked them to present to the CCDC ang pinipang bigger protected area management board. And then I questioned them, actually, tana dito sa itselfing director sa si
Montejo?
Licor.
American.
I asked Licor, why is it that sa PAMBI, composed of daghang kayong mga members, the PAMBI, nakaning Archbishop, appeal,
For the private sector, religious sector.
oh,
Kayo, all
and then barangay
captains
captains are involved. Then I asked them, why is it that the implementers are the regulators themselves? Kaning barangay, naman dito. And they're the ones making all those rules and all that. Then they are regulating themselves. Hindi na ang mahimo. No? Diba? Ang regulator separate from the implementers. Parehado na ni contractors. Sila may nag-regulate kanang regulatory board. They are also contractors, so they are biased ba? So sa PAMBI, ang membership, I question that membership. Ang regulator should be different. That's why the city now comes in because may labot, it's supposed to be the PAMBI. No? But I agree with you, there has to be a coordination with these agencies. You cannot do it alone, CNR. You cannot do it alone by yourself. There has to be kind of coordination. A lot of things are happening, but very little coordination. Even DPWH, no? Difficult to coordinate ang DPWH. When I asked them about this, road widening, those questions but can be addressed on top ng istorya on top. So, I agree with most of your points.